Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another Mojo card challenge. And if you watched the last video, you will remember that I got the traveling card. And it says, "It leaves you speechless, then turns you into a storyteller," by Ibn Battuta. And so it says, "Is there a place or a country that you would like to visit one day in the future? If you had a chance, perhaps you have already been there in the past and it left a lasting impression on you. Create a visual story about your actual travels or about your plans for traveling if you had the chance to go." So it was a very, very good card. And there are many places I've always wanted to travel, but one of the most unexpected places was Ireland, because that is where my husband is from. And I actually lived in Ireland for a year and a half. So I am going to do I was going to do it in my sketchbook, but I thought, no, it's a great memory, so let's do it on a canvas board. So that's what I'm going to do, is create the little story of Ireland, and it's a place I loved very much. I did have an opportunity to actually live there, but that's another story of why I chose not to. If you're interested, I can definitely let you guys all know how that came about. So the supplies I'm going to use, of course, tissue paper. If you've been following me for a long time, you'll know, well, a little bit anyway, I've fallen in love with tissue paper. And if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by and taking a wee nosy and seeing what I'm doing. And so these are, I've already kind of planned out and laid out and kind of drew my outline, and I took a picture in case I forgot, of what I want to have as my kind of my focal point, my picture. So, of course, hello from Ireland postcard. I'm just going to try and go in order here. This is a picture of me and Robert Sunday at Robert's mom's farm. It was a crackin' day with Robert McKittrick. So there's that one. This is actually Robert's house, and I helped him sell it so that he could move here with me. So there's a picture of me in front of, it was a gorgeous house, you know. This is actually Robert's music shop that he owned and managed, and it says here, "Robert's Music Shop, where I spend my days rocking and rolling, sitting around drinking coffee and chatting with customers." That was fun times. Some scrap pages, and then I have my little ticket from when I flew into Dublin and traveled by bus up to Banbridge, Northern Ireland, because Robert is from Northern Ireland. But I loved flying down into Dublin. It was much easier for some reason. Well, it's a whole thing, flying into Northern Ireland versus flying in down south. There's reasons why I flew in down south. But anyway, that's another story if you're interested. So anyway, I am doing a collage. And I'll just show you if I can remember. I'm so glad I took a picture. I think I had that there, the house here, and us here. And I had these collage pages. I think I had the little biscuit because we used to drink coffee and eat biscuits. I miss their, well, which is cookies if you're not familiar with the terminology there. So it's going to look something like this, I think. And that's there. I feel like I'm missing a piece. Oh, wait a minute. I'm kind of glad I did an outline. And maybe that goes there. Something like that. So that's kind of the gist of my outline for my collage. Kind of, it tells a story. Hello from Ireland. Flew in, Robert and I. And then 2 places we spent. Well, actually, I don't know. He ran his music shop 6 days a week, so we had Sundays off. So Sundays we go to his mom's farm for lunch or dinner, so it was nice. But that's kind of where we spent our time. I really got immersed into the culture of living there, and we didn't get a chance really to travel too much. We did go when we could on a Sunday. But anyway, those are the pictures. These are the scrap bits. Now, you know, I'm doing this live. I have something in my head. You know how it goes. It doesn't always translate, or you change your mind. So what I thought I'd do is do the tissue paper for some texture on the edges for like a, what do you call it, a frame. So I did mix up some PVA glue and water. So we'll just do that first. And I think I'm just going to wet this down first and then add the tissue paper, kind of crinkle it up. Give it that crinkly texture that I like. And you hear my puppy dogs running around back there. How are you guys today? Hope you guys are well and creating and doing some fun stuff, or just enjoying. Sometimes I try to take Saturdays and part of Sunday off, but sometimes I just will sit and watch craft videos, art videos on YouTube and get inspiration and ideas there. So if you're doing that also, that's awesome. Of course, I'm choosing green. So you kind of get the idea here. I'm just going to continue on. Pull your frame there. Gonna let this dry a bit. And then I'm going to use, if you saw the one video where I made my own texture paste, I'm going to use some of that kind of in between. So I'm not covering up and wasting the texture paste in spaces you're not going to see. Plus I want my pictures to lay flat. So that's part of the reason I marked off where I wanted my pictures. And I will continue this off camera. You guys kind of get the gist here. That way I'm not boring you. Or boring you with whatever. Alright guys, this won't take me too long. I'll be right back with you. Okay friends, I am back. And I think I'm going to go ahead and get this texture paste down and then let it all dry. And then I'm going to glue down my collage papers, and here's my texture paste. I'm going to water it down a little bit. So yeah, and then I'm going to glue down my collage papers and pictures, and then add the paint. So that is the order in which I'm going to do this collage. And I'm just going to use my not India inks, the Bombay Dr. P.H. Martin's India ink. Yeah, it is India ink. Okay. So, yeah. I made this pretty thick, but I'm okay with that. I actually could use this other little one. So as I was gluing down the tissue paper, I was chuckling because it reminded me of wet spinach. You know, when you like either steam or flash cook spinach, and yeah, that's just what it reminded me of. Maybe I added too much water. Anyway, sorry, have to bore you guys with this, but anyway, I think I want it a little bit thicker. Although this is cool, it would be cool if you wanted something real thick. I could see myself using that texture paste, that thick, eventually on canvas for some stuff. But, let's see, you know. Still not quite thick enough, guys. Okay, we're getting there. Almost. Still too runny for my taste. Maybe I should have mixed this up before I got on the camera, but oh well. I am definitely not going to be using all this for sure, but I'll put it back in the... You know what? What if I just do this and mix it all together? Now it's going to have specks of the paint that's in there. Oh well. I'm going to paint over it anyway. Yep, alright, I'm just going to go with this. So my thoughts were... is to kind of scrape some texture in between pages. And then it actually just was gonna put this down and then make some marks. And then we'll put let that dry, put the collage. Oops, that's not where I want that. It's okay here. Okay, that will work. And I thought, I'm not sure. I thought I had my tool, sorry. Just gonna use this thing. Maybe do some scratch. Oh, you know what I could do? I could use this and do some marks like that a little bit. And maybe get a little bit more. All right, guys, so I'm gonna let this dry, come back, put our collage pieces down. I'll probably fiddle with this a little bit more, but you get the gist. All right, kiddos, or friends, thank you. I'll see you in a second. All right, so this is what this looks like so far. If you can see some of the texture on it. So now I took a picture on my phone of how I wanted this to go. So I'll go ahead and glue that down. So I wanted to share a little story. This summer I did the farmer's market, and of course that's where you can sell things that are homegrown, handmade. So I took some of my little junk journals and some other art pieces that I had worked on before I got into junk journaling. And some of the kids really enjoyed the little mini junk journals, so I made more, but I added like little scrap pieces of paper and sticker paper to where they could make their own stickers, you know, draw on them and stuff. And those sold pretty quickly. And one of the vendors' daughter really enjoyed the little mini junk journals, and she had bought one. So for her birthday this summer, I made her a little kit, a little mini junk journal kit. So I included in a box some papers and, you know, whatnots for her to create her own, if she wanted to, her own little junk journal, or whatever she wanted to do for that. So her mom just sent me a little video of her little journal she made, and it was so cute because she had a theme to it. It was like a bee habitat, and so she named facts and put pictures of bees and flowers, and she had a little flip through, and she made a little book and with pockets, and she made stickers, and oh, it was such a joy to see that little creation, and it just made my heart sing. So oh, that was, sometimes, you know, that's what art is all about, is sharing and seeing that happen with youngsters. That's just so cool. And that's one part I miss about working in the schools. So I'm really glad I got that video. Anyway, this isn't going to stick down very well, so I'm going to have to figure something out. But we'll just keep going. Get my finger has glue on it. There we go. All right, so what else? We had then this photo. November 2011, Mom's Farm. Oh, so this was taken in November. So that's kind of cool because it's November now. Let's see. I have this. Sorry about that. I had to shut off the camera. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so one of our guests had woken up and the doggies were barking and they didn't know I was filming, so so there you go, there's that. So yes, that was November 2011. So that's kind of cool that I'm making this collage now. And this one was 3rd of May 2012 when the house went up for sale. So that was kind of sad, but happy, kind of like that moment where, you know, decisions have been made and everything is coming together. So I'm gonna run out of my glue here. Oops, gotta put this down first. I think that is that way, and then this was this way. So I'm gonna put this down a little more, figure out how to make this go. If it was a regular like canvas that didn't have a hard back, I would probably like stitch these down. That would be fun. But it's, you know, one of these hardback canvases, so I can't do that. But so far I'm liking what's happening here. Let me get the rest of this glue down and I'll be back with you in mere seconds. Okay, friends, so I finished. I kind of played around, got this down. I used some masking tape for the corners, and then I just got my texture paste out and kind of filled in a few more areas. So now I want to go in with some white paint and kind of, what's the word, take down some of the color a little bit. Just kind of just have a little bit showing a bit. Maybe I need a little bit of water. I mean, I have an idea in my head how I want it to look. Not so bright in some places, just a little bits of peaks coming out, even around the pictures a little bit. And where you can still kind of see it, some of the wording on this. something like that. So I'm just gonna work slowly, use my finger and not try to cover too much of the color, but kind of get some of the edges a little bit. Maybe knock down some of the, well, no, I'll leave that. Texture paste. Move some of this stuff out of the way. Okay, so I'm liking what I see so far. Now the tricky part is going to be adding the color, because let me shake this up. So I kind of wanted to use my ink dauber, just kind of make some marks with ink a little bit, like that. Bring some of the color down so it kind of connects. No? Ideas in my head. I have an idea forming in my head, and I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work out, really, because I like the shapes that this is making, but I'm afraid to do this, so maybe, darn, that's okay. We can try that for another time. Maybe just kind of. So yeah, this channel, a lot of what I do on here is bursts for me. Learning as I go. So if you like that kind of content, watching me try new things without trying them first, yeah, this is the channel for you. And I suppose eventually, once I do this enough, I'll have more experience, especially when I'm using the materials in ways that I really like to use them. So this is going to be too much pink for me, so I'm going to just get my water. So I was trying to kind of, my idea in my head was trying to connect the colors a little bit around, move the eye around the, I guess you would call this painting, or what would you call this? Abstract art piece. But I love the dried brush effect. So I think the next color I want to bring in is some green. I think I want to knock this down a little bit. I know, I realize I'm covering some of the pretty collage paper that I picked out, but I don't know what to do with that. Let's see. Anyway, guys, I'm going to play around with this pink a little bit. Maybe just add some marks. wonder what I could do to there we go. Okay, gonna bring some green in now. Make sure that's tight. I think I'm just gonna do a little bit though, because a little dab will do you, right? And some green here, and some green here. Get some of this paint off, a little bit of the pink off here. That really wasn't the effect I was going for, but try to bring this in. So you guys kind of get the idea of what I'm doing here. Do this here. Kind of want that, well, I guess a little bit of light green will be fine. So this is basically what I'm going to do here. You get the idea. I might add some of this turquoise teal green, some yellow, and then I'm going to do my brown and silver combination. So I'm going to put some of this color down. You get the idea. Let me know in the video if you want to see me actually the whole process of this, or you just want to see the end result of the color. Yeah, and I would like to know, because sometimes, you know, like I said before in my videos, I don't mind watching artists do the whole thing in the video, so I kind of enjoy it. But, you know, I want to know what you guys like, and maybe get a nice balance on my channel that way, or something. You know what I mean? Okay. Alright guys, so I played around with the inks for a little bit. I actually dropped some ink down and sprayed some water, which is okay. I like that I brought the colors out. Not sure about the colors. They're pretty. So now I'm going to make some marks. So I have these to make marks. This, a fork maybe, I don't know, some circles. We'll see what I use here. So I'm gonna actually just add some brown ink to bring out some of the brown, get some darks. We have lots of lights, middle, like middle tone, mid-grade, I don't know what you call it. Light, middle, and dark. So we need a balance now, I think. So just go ahead and mix some maybe lighter brown. I feel like I've done this before and it doesn't turn out brown. Oh, I need maybe I should do some black. I'm trying not to use black much and create my own darks with all the rest of the colors, you know. Do more mixing. But this will be all right. We're gonna go with it. So to tone down some of these colors, I'm just gonna use this. It didn't really make much of a difference. Let's try it again, maybe up here. Nope. Okay, that's not working, which is okay. I think the color is too light. I probably really should be using acrylic. I do have some brown acrylic, but let's see, that'll work. It's a little bit darker. Now it's not. I feel like I'm losing, oh, there's some right there. Anyway, we're gonna skip that one. Let's go on to, trying to think. I wonder, just experimenting, I'm gonna add some of this to my brown. I always think this is the point where you have to keep going in your painting or project. Like, it's not quite there yet. And if you quit now, then you don't know how far you can go if you just continue. So I'm going to make some marks with this color. It's kind of a pretty color. It's a little bit darker. So let's just do a stencil here. Let's try to do some dry brushing, get some of that paint off. I'm just going to go over once here and lift. There we go. That's kind of pretty. Try some here. I'm just swiping over one. Well, I say that. There we go. We'll do one up here. Okay, and then we can do like the reverse. See, there's paint here. We can, I think it's called a mask, maybe? I'm not sure. And just see what happens. I don't know, this may turn out to be a total mess, and I may not, you may not be seeing this. I don't know. Let's see, what others? Oh, this will work. This should be okay. This mark maker has not ever failed me, so there we go. That looks good. Some places on the board are lower and higher because of the collage paper, so go off the page there. Okay, so now we got this big thing. Feeling like I should stop with the circles. Yes, good idea. What was another one? Did I could with my paintbrush. Well, let's just try this. Let's see if we can get it to take somewhere. Probably not. A little bit. Okay, I think I like the color. I'm going to use a smaller paintbrush, I think, and just make some marks myself. The leftover paint that we have on here. Maybe we can just do some lines and pretend it was the fork mark. Right. There are parts of it that I like. I don't think it, I think it's kind of crazy looking. But, sorry, there's something on the, there we go. Kind of crazy looking. But I like the texture. I like some of the little color parts of it. All right. Ta-da! Okay, friends, so I liked different aspects. I'm trying to make sure this is still in frame for you guys. I really liked different aspects of what was going on earlier, but all together, it looked a little crazy. And you guys were probably thinking that, like, oh my gosh. Anyway, don't know. Comment down below. I thought, let's just paint over it. And this is what I love about paint. So I took a deep breath and I'm like, okay, what do I not like? What's going on? And like I said, I like the different colors. I love the textures, but together and the mark making just wasn't making sense. So I started adding some white to that color because I really love this color. I was like, let's block off our story because I was getting a little too much. Sometimes less is better. So I'm liking this, but it still needs more. But I'm gonna bring this up because can you see? Oops, sorry. The texture there, like the little pop of color. Wait. Aha. Sorry, guys. This part. I love this part. Okay. I'm loving the painty. As you can see, there are parts of it that are just really cool with that texture paste. So, now what? I'm not going to go too much further. I just think it needs, I think what I want to do is let this dry. I'm going to walk away, of course, walk away. I love where it sits. I think maybe I can come in with some of these Crayon Dash water soluble and just give some definition of some of these shapes. And then I thought maybe I would just write like something about Ireland in these little spots, kind of like a, kind of like a diary. Not a diary, what am I saying? Journal, I don't know. Messages, memory messages or something. But anyway, guys, I will be back. I don't want this video to take too long because I know I would obsess over stuff. But, you know, I hope you enjoy. This is the way I work on this channel. Again, like I said before, I'm trying new stuff with you. And, yeah, I hope you come back and watch more because this is pretty much what I do. So I'm going to step away. I'll be back with you guys in a flash. Okay, friends, I decided to leave it at this. Now, what I really enjoy is the texture and the colors. I think what's throwing me off is the photographs. I think if this was just a normal collage with maybe more paint or something, it would be really cool. Not that this isn't cool, because I've learned a lot from this, as I always do, from my experiments and exploring and using my art supplies, but I will be doing close-ups of this at the end of this video. But I'm loving the texture, and I'm loving that I changed the colors, and I'm okay with painting over, and I'm also okay with the process. And I think that's really part of it, is not being afraid to just try. And I think it's especially hard when you're doing a video and you're trying something new. You want it to look good. You want people to like it. I want you guys that are watching this video right now to go, oh my God, that's so good. But, you know, oftentimes it's not that great. But I'm just hoping to inspire you guys to have the courage to create. And as I've said before in my videos, that it doesn't always turn out, but I'm really liking this vibe. And it's definitely something I'm going to do. I'm working on a big canvas. It's a put on the armor of God, and I'm going to use this technique here with the texture paint and the texture paste, and colors. And I think what helps too is to limit your color palette. I think what bogs me down, what I've learned, is right now in my journey, these are too many colors. So I need to just pick maybe one or two. Seems to be my sweet spot right now. So anyway, guys, if you stuck out through the end of this video, I surely, and I'm very, very, very grateful. And I'll see you in the next video next week. Oh, wait, I gotta pull another Mojo card, because I think this Mojo card series is really good for me. And if you haven't checked out Sasibo's channel, I hope you do. She, very talented artist. Everything she does is beautiful. To be honest, I've never seen anything I didn't like that she's done. So go over to her channel, Sasibo. I'll link it in the description for you. And go check out her stuff. And if you want to, try a Mojo card or two. So here we go. Dun, dun, dun. All right, what did we get? Ha ha ha. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. So true. Nice proverb there. An adventure is an exciting experience or undertaking that is typically bold, sometimes risky. You can't expect to achieve anything if you never take any risks. So what is your next creative expression, adventure going to be? To be honest, I feel like every time I do a video, this is the card I'm always doing. I always feel like it's an adventure. I'm always going into the unknown. And I hope you'll join me next time, guys. Have a wonderful day. And if tomorrow's Thanksgiving for me, and if you celebrate Thanksgiving and see this, I hope you have or had a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family and friends. Until next time, guys. Bye.